Welcome back to Bears News Fan Report. Today, we're diving headfirst into a blockbuster offseason rumor that has the entire NFL world talking, and Chicago fans on the edge of their seats. Imagine a situation so tantalizing that it keeps you tossing and turning at night. What if the Bears could add an all-pro pass rusher to their defense without mortgaging the future? That's the kind of speculation making headlines after Trey Hendrickson's explosive comments about his contract situation with the Bengals. Could this be the moment when Chicago finally grabs the brass ring and transforms its defense into a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks? Let's set the stage. It was just last week when Hendrickson, a perennial Pro Bowler, took to ESPN and dropped a bombshell. There's been zero communication between me and Cincinnati. He made it crystal clear that he's unwilling to play under the terms of his current deal, even if it means sitting out games. That kind of public stand is rare, and it instantly sent shockwaves through the league. Some insiders believe that the Bears, always hunting for that next defensive disruptor, have to be leaning in hard on this situation. Is it possible that Ryan Poles has penciled in Hendrickson's name as his next big splash? According to industry whispers, Chicago might be willing to part with a second-round pick in 2026 plus a fifth-rounder the same year. On paper, that feels like a bargain for someone who led the NFL in sacks last season with an eye-popping 17.5 takedowns. Fans are wondering if adding Hendrickson to a front seven that already features Khalil Herbert's explosive speed and Yannick Ngakoue's relentless motor could vault the Bears into the upper echelon of defensive units. Let's delve into the numbers. Over 8 seasons, Hendrickson has racked up 220 total tackles, 155 quarterback hits, 15 passes defensed, and 77 sacks. He's a disruptive force on every down. Now, imagine him lining up opposite Montez Sweat, forming a duo that quarterbacks would dread seeing on every snap. Could this pairing force offenses to reroute their entire game plans? Some analysts argue that with Chicago's current salary cap constraints, only about $6 million available in 2025, they'd need to restructure existing contracts. But others point out that the cap climbs to $16 million in 2026, giving the Bears breathing room to build around Hendrickson. Beyond pure pass rush production, think about the leadership he would bring. Teammates in Cincinnati have praised his professionalism and work ethic. Bringing that mentality to Halas Hall might be just the spark this locker room needs after another middling season. Could his presence alone elevate rookies and young veterans alike? Fans are already speculating that veteran starters like Roquan, Smith, and Jonhson would feed off Hendrickson's competitive fire, raising their games to new heights. Of course, trading for an established star doesn't come without risk. At age 30, some wonder if Hendrickson has a couple of prime years left or if the wear and tear will begin to show. But remember, he's been remarkably durable, playing in 110 career games. Could this be the perfect balance of experience and peak performance? It's a tantalizing question that keeps Chicago's faithful buzzing on social media and sports talk shows alike. And then there's the human element. Picture the roar of the crowd when Hendrickson's name is announced as the new Bear. Television. Crews scrambling, reporters lining up for interviews, and fans flooding Halas Hall with jerseys bearing his number. Some insiders believe that Poles is all in on making this move happen, viewing it as a statement to the entire NFC North. We're serious about contention. Throughout training camp, you can already sense the buzz. Could this be the moment we've been waiting for? Is this the missing piece to our playoff puzzle? The narrative practically writes itself. As the offseason progresses and the Hendrickson saga unfolds, keep your eyes glued to our updates right here on Bears News Fan Report. But before we dive back in, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an exclusive Bears scoop. Now, picking up where we left off, let's break down exactly how this blockbuster Hendrickson trade could reshape the Bears' defense, and what hurdles stand in the way. First, the cap gymnastics. Chicago enters the 2025 league year with roughly $6 million in available cap space, meaning they'd have to make some bold moves to accommodate Hendrickson's market value. Could they restructure Roquan Smith's deal or convert parts of Jonhson's salary into incentives? Some insiders believe the front office will approach veterans about restructured deals, freeing up short-term space while banking on a fuller cap relief in 2026. Is it possible that a savvy rework could open enough room to sign Hendrickson long-term without gutting the roster? The numbers don't lie. With a modest increase to $16 million in cap space next year, the Bears could craft a contract in the $25 to $30 million annual range that matches Hendrickson's peers while keeping other key pieces intact. Next, let's consider roster implications. Trading a second-round and a fifth-round pick for Hendrickson isn't just an investment in one player. It's a statement that the Bears are in win-now mode. Could this move cost Chicago its future depth? Potentially, yes. But when you weigh that against the immediate injection of pass-rush dominance, many argue the payoff is worth the price. Picture Hendrickson and Montez Sweat forming a relentless duo off the edges, forcing offenses to double-team or scramble protections. Could that extra pressure translate to more takeaways, hurried throws, and momentum-shifting plays? Fans are already envisioning momentum swings akin to those electrifying moments when Khalil Mack terrorized quarterbacks in 2018. But what about the locker room chemistry? Bringing in a veteran who has openly criticized his current team's communication could be a double-edged sword. Yet, Bears insiders report that Hendrickson is respected for his leadership and professionalism in Cincinnati. If that reputation holds true in Chicago, he could be the galvanizing force the locker room needs, especially for younger defenders who crave a mentor and a standard of excellence. Some scouts whisper that Hendrickson's work ethic is infectious, raising everyone's bar during practices and film sessions. Could this culture shift be the hidden catalyst that propels the entire defense to new heights? On the flip side, there's the question of longevity. At age 30, many pass rushers begin to see their sacks creep down as the miles pile on their bodies. But Hendrickson's track record suggests he's maintained peak performance deep into his late 20s. He led the league in sacks at age 29, proving that elite edge rushers can sustain domination with proper rest and rotation. Is the risk of decline overblown? Bears fans are debating whether 3 to 4 more high-impact seasons justify the upfront cost, and most are betting yes. Let's not forget the ripple effect on the rest of the squad. If Hendrickson commands double teams, that could free up Yannick Ngakoue or rookies like Tyreek Stevenson to wreak havoc elsewhere on the line. Could this open-field chaos be the secret ingredient to breaking Miami-style quarterback runs and zone-read plays? I, for one, can't wait to see our linebackers feast on hurried throws and tipped passes marching into those highlight reels. Now, imagine the eyes of the entire division on Chicago come Week 1. Picture Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert adjusting their game plans to account for a fearsome Hendrickson-led front. Some analysts believe this move alone flips the power dynamic in the NFC North, shifting skepticism into genuine playoff optimism. As we await official word from Halas Hall, one thing is clear: the Hendrickson rumor has sparked hope, debate, and a renewed sense of urgency. Could this be the turning point in the Bears' rebuild? Is it the beginning of a defense that demands respect from coast to coast? Only time will tell. But what do you think about all of this? Are you convinced Trey Hendrickson in navy and orange is the missing piece, or do you worry about the cost and the cap implications? Personally, I'm buzzing with excitement. This feels like the kind of bold, aggressive move that announces Chicago is back on the map. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, and share this video with fellow Dog Pound faithful. Until next time, keep the faith and bear down.